Guys, I have a secret to admit. I really like Pokemon. And part of the reason why is because of that right over there. You see that? Oh, that's so good. It's so good looking. Hey, we got it. Oh, it looks so good, bro. Meatball, you gotta be nice, man. This is such a great way to start the video off. Anyway, yeah, we can get back to the actual video. Ah, man. Sparkling water is actually kinda good. I'm not even gonna lie. Anyway, is Pokemon Legends Arceus worth playing in 2024? So usually for a video like this, I would talk about the game and then say yes, it is worth playing, or no, it's not worth playing. But instead of saying yes or no last, I'm actually just going to say it right now. Yes, it is, and I'm going to explain everything you need to know on why. Sparkling water is so good. I'm sorry, it just is. Anyway, this game came out 2 years ago, and it wasn't that impressive. The graphics are not very good, the open world was kind of empty, the animations still seemed kinda cheap, and there was no real story. But compared to other Pokemon games, this game felt perfect. It was kind of like a dream Pokemon game, because you could actually throw your Pokeball in real time. Instead of just pressing a bunch of buttons that felt like an arcade machine, you could actually do it with shooter controls, and a lot of people really enjoyed this. You could also throw out a Pokeball that has a Pokemon in it to send it out into the world so you can like interact with it, and then you can throw that Pokeball at other Pokemon to start a battle, and you can walk around during the battles. I'm losing my breath. While this game was not perfect, it did kind of blow everyone away. They tried something new. One thing I don't see people touching on as much is that the game does have a good art style. While the graphics are not very good, I will say that the art style is well done. The best way I can describe it is that it's like a Japanese painting from like 1,000 years ago. And it makes sense because this Pokemon game was set back in time where people were afraid of Pokemon and they weren't really united with them. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. What does this game have to offer in 2024 compared to Pokemon games like Scarlet and Violet? So Scarlet and Violet is fun from what I've seen. I haven't personally played it, but I know there is a lot of issues. What I find interesting is that every other recent Pokemon game I've seen has a really bad user score. Then you go to Arceus and it's like, oh, that's pretty good. This is because they tried something new. And then they immediately regress with Scarlet and Violet. The issue that I'm pointing out is that Pokemon Arceus sold 14 million copies and Scarlet and Violet sold 22 million, something like that. Which makes sense because they sold Scarlet and Violet, which are two separate copies, but it regressed in a lot of areas. And my fear is that Nintendo is going to see that it has more sales than Legends Arceus, and they're going to try to stop innovating. People described Arceus as a step in the right direction, and I completely agree. What I really hope doesn't happen is that they look at Arceus and see it sold less than a Pokemon game that is acclaimed to be worse, and then they'll stop putting effort into Pokemon games to make them good because they're gonna sell anyway. That is my fear. So I think it's a good thing to let Nintendo know that Legends Arceus is the type of Pokemon game that people want, and they should probably make more of it. But the game is extremely fun and addicting. I just got into it again a couple days ago, and I've just been shiny hunting, and I have like 20 shinies. When the game first came out, I got it immediately, and I played it basically all day because it is a very fun game. But if you're still not sold on if you should get this game, you can get Arceus in this game. As the name says, if you complete the Pokédex, you can catch Arceus, the god of the universe in Pokemon. If you still don't want the game, I've failed and I'm sorry. But just know it is very, very good. It's very addicting. It's very fun. It has issues, but compared to other Pokemon games, it still feels amazing. And it's a game I'd probably recommend to anyone.